What it do to all of my free game people out there, man? To all of my FNB people out there. Today I'm here to talk to y'all about your dopamine in your brain and to talk about how that affects your focus, how that affects some of the things you choose to do, and how that affects just some effects that I think. I'm not a scientist. Disclosure, no scientist, y'all. I'm not a full knower of this shit. I'm just going off of little things that I may have researched into, small amounts of research, along with combination of critical thinking. So, with that combination of critical thinking with the small amount of research, this is what I'm giving y'all. So do your own research, my nigga. I'm just a voice to get you to see some shit. You feel me? So, the dopamine centers. I believe that there has been a big, enormous attack on all of our dopamine centers. I think that it's so important, my fault. I think that it's so important that they get a hold of our dopamine centers and that they control them. And that they form our dopamine centers to want what they want it to want, right? Face, why do you say this? You may ask, my nigga. I say this because when they can form what your dopamine, what causes dopamine to release in your brain, then they can call. Then now they are shaping the way you live life. See what I'm saying? Usually, I feel like this is my fault. The little research, my nigga, that I did. I feel like that the dopamine used to be released when you would eat or when you would drink water or things like that. I think through social media, through motherfucking fast food, and through pornography, my nigga, that our dopamine centers are being rewired to release dopamine for certain things, right? So, because of that being the case, because of the fact that now our dopamine centers are being rewired to release it with certain things, that's changing our that's changing things about maybe the things we pay attention to, the things we give our focus to, and the things that we find to be important, right? So, because of that being the case, we have to really pay attention to the things that we find to be exciting, entertaining, or even just attractive in a way. You know what I'm saying? Our focus has been molded. They are now. I believe our focus is being shifted to the things that they want us to find to be important. To take our attention away from the things that really is important to the things that they mold to be important. I believe this is through very careful placing of things and careful programming, and through the use of others. So why do I say through the use of others? So when you look at social media, for example, I think naturally most people want attention from their peers. Most people enjoy the feeling of their peers accepting them. I believe that's been played on through social media. When we all got connected through social media, whatever was given the most attention gets the most likes, and the likes give you a hit of dopamine. So now you are now going to do that thing to get that hit of dopamine, because your dopamine center is getting rewired to do this thing that's going to get these likes. See what I'm saying? So now because of the fact that you notice that this thing gets these likes, which then translates to this certain amount of dopamine that was released in your brain, which makes you feel good about yourself. Now it's gonna reshape your importance. What is something that things that you should and shouldn't do. It changes the way you're maybe even changing some people's morals and what they feel is right and what is wrong. I heard something that said that when your actions don't match your thoughts, your actions don't change, your thoughts do. So because of the fact that, nigga, it's probably a lot of people who felt maybe a certain way about a certain thing. Like, okay, a good example, there's probably women who, before they got on the internet, they probably wasn't the type of woman to show a bikini pic or to show this or to be revealing. But because of the internet, the amount of attention, which makes you feel good, and then even in some cases money, which is also a release of dopamine, it has caused them to reshape their thinking to where now it's like, okay, well, this makes me feel good, so how can it be wrong? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like working on some form of, it's like a form of like secondhand manipulation or some shit like that. I don't know, mind control, manipulation, whatever y'all want to call it. But my nigga, I really feel like through them manipulating our dopamine systems, it's causing us to reframe the way we think about things and what we find to be important. So, because now that most of us get our dopamine hits from attention on social media, pornography, or just scrolling through social media, period. The entertainment, even the entertainment is a hit of dopamine. I believe. I could be wrong. No research done on that, but I'm just assuming. So, in order to properly understand this, you got to really pay attention to the things that when you feeling bored, or when you feeling like you just feeling low on energy, not feeling good, you go to post a picture because you trying to refill that feel of that good feeling through, seeking attention, which that attention gives you dopamine. That dopamine makes you feel good. See what I'm saying? So, nigga, our brains are being rewired through careful social media placing of ideas and porn too. And I'm gonna get into that. Let's get, you know what? Because now that I'm here, let's talk about the porn thing. See, and with the pornography, that also reshapes your dopamine centers because of the fact that now you're getting hits of dopamine from watching something. So now when it comes time for you to, some people get affected by this by having like ED, because now your dopamine centers have only been rewarding you for watching something. You haven't been getting the reward for doing it in real life. See what I'm saying? So that's another way that that's a way that a lot of people can already see that it's reshaped their dopamine system and it's reshaped their whole brain and rewired their brain. That's people that's experienced that. So correlate that to even social media and that puts you in perspective of why the world is looking the way it does. Because our dopamine, the things that give us rewards in our brain has been rewired through attention. So now the fact that you get attention, you do this. See what I'm saying? This is another reason that I feel like there's that dead internet theory could be true. Because then if the fact that I understand that if I put a post out there and it gets a lot of attention, that means more people is going to want to do this because they see what I'm saying? It's rewiring the brain. So let's say, for example, let's say they put a post out there, nigga, about 100 people versus one gorilla. We all seen that post, and that post got plenty views. Now, this is not to say that this post is fake, but this is just to give y'all an example of how it can reshape the things that we choose to put our focus towards. So let's say they put a post out there that say 100 people versus one gorilla. This post get 5 million views, right? When this post get 5 million views, other people see that, they see the attention that got, and they now relate that idea to, okay, I can get some views if I do this to make people laugh or to do whatever. You go on TikTok or you went on whatever, you seen nothing but that, because not only was it trending, but it was trending because of the fact that one of the reasons that it was trending, not just because of the fact that it was starting conversation, because that shit is crazy, but also because of the fact that, nigga, you know that you will get attention, which will hit your dopamine center, which will then cause you to feel good. See what I'm saying? Now, there's other reasons that things be trending. I'm not just saying that, nigga, your dopamine is why everything trends. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I'm no motherfucking social scientist, if that's the proper term. Nigga, I'm no psychologist, my nigga. I'm not sure 100%, but I'm just correlating one thing with another thing to kind of help y'all understand how our minds are being shaped, how our wants are being shaped, and how the things that we think are important is being shaped just through a simple reward system in your brain. So, free game people, I love y'all. I hope y'all take care of yourselves, man. I'm out of here.